Right, I'm back. I am back, and I will show you this week's mystery quilt. Let's just take that down just a little bit so that you can see a little bit better. But as I say, the PDF is in the files in the group. Patricia's still got some Frenchies. I should imagine a lot of you have. So this is week 4's. The 2 rows that are laid out just as previously. And we are going to pop those together. So as you can see with that very top row, I've got a lot of 2 colour half square triangles and background and colour half square triangles as well. The bottom one's got a few, but not as many. So shall we begin? So I'm going to put that over here so I can see what I am supposed to be doing. So the first row, the last 2 weeks, we have been using a lot of border squares, but tonight we haven't got, well, we have in the second row, but the first row. So I am going to do it. I've got a few sitting there and I'm just going to pick them up randomly. So the first one I need is a background and colour one. So in that orientation, I'm going to put those just here. The second one I need is a 2 colour. So my 2 colour also needs to be in that. So I've got my diagonal line going in the same direction. And my third one, I'm going to do them in 3s. My third one, oh, I'm being a bit selective because they're quite similar. My third one is going to go, the angle's going in the different direction. So I'm getting a bit of a point here, a bit of an arrowhead. So let me just pop those. No, actually, I'm going to swap. Let's see if I've got a green one. Oh, no, that's got the same one. Gosh, that is typical. Why did I use all the same pieces? I really don't know. Oh, perhaps we'll use that one. Yeah, we won't use that one. So this one, oh no, that's going to go, oh, I don't want 2 reddish bits really, do I? I want a greenish bit. Let's have another greenish bit. Oh, that one there. No, that's the same as that. Oh, never mind. You see, I'm being funny. I'm trying to be random, but I'm being fussy. Let's use that one there. So I do need my angles to go in opposite directions. So let's have a look. So first of all, I'm going to pop these 2 right sides together and align that up and stitch down this side with a 1/4 inch seam allowance and with either 1.8 or 2. Let's move that out of the way. As my stitch length. So when I open it up, I'm just going to finger press, but I'm not going to press properly, and then pop the next one to it. Okay, so just line those up. Now, because I trimmed my half square triangles, I was making 2 at a time, and I used my easy half square triangle ruler. There we are. So I've got a nice point there. So 1, 2, I now need one of these. And I need, what do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4. I need my background at the top, like so. And I've got my angle going in the same direction. So right sides together. Oh, I didn't get 2, did I, to do at the same time? Okay, we'll do a few more next time. Right, so I've got that point there, I've got my colour here. Next one I need, and I'm just picking up randomly, there's my colour, I want my colour at the top. So can you see I'm forming a line of background? And then I want another one, which I'm picking up here. And no, I'm going to do this one. I'm really not being very random, am I? So I've got that one coming there, and I want another one which is also going in the same direction there. So let's just pop that over and put this right sides together. I will be incorporating a little bit of sewing bird in here as well. I like to see as many different fabrics as I can. Okay, so there is that one, and here is the next one. So that diagonal is going in the same direction. And there we go. And lining those edges up pretty well. There we are. So I have had, there is that there, 1, 2. The next one is going to be like, no, this is going to be a background. And so I've done 1, 2. I'm just really trying to keep this correct. So that one is going to go like that. So my direction of the diagonal has changed. And then I'm going to need another one, which I'll take this one, which is in the same orientation as well. No, that's not in the same orientation. That's it. So I've got background. Let's see. Oh, concentrate on what you're doing. That's there. That is there. And I've got one that way, one that way. This one needs to go the other way. No, that's going that way. Concentrate, Trisha. That one's going there. That is there. Colour there. Background there. Colour there. That's better. Okay. So you can see we've got something that isn't quite. I've got a strip of the two colours. So right sides together. This one, you'll have to sit with it in front of you to just make sure that you're putting the right ones in the right place. Because the last thing we really want to do is have it going the wrong way. So that is there. I'm going to check this again in a minute just to make sure I am right. The second one is going to be easier. Okay, and remember we do have to have 2 of these. So this is my, that one, that one, that one, that one, and I need to have another one that is similar to that. So I'm going to have this one. So we're going to create, or we're creating a dark one there, or a background one there, and then we want one more. Let's take it from the bottom. I'm being really random now. And that one is going there. So I've got a line in background, a line in coloured. So let's just move those to the side and pop this one on. And under here. I hope you don't find this too boring, just watching me putting blocks together. But I'm trying to explain as we go as to where we're getting sort of leading lines just by changing the direction and the position of where the background fabric is. When it comes together, it's creating an angled line. And when we've got colours together, we've got a coloured diagonal, a background, a coloured diagonal again. Okay, so that was that one. So now we need another one of these, a colour and a background. So we've got that. So I want my colour down here. I then want a 2-colour one with the angle going the same as this one. So let's pop this one right sides together. And hope, when we come to this, when we've done these last 2, hope that we've got 16 squares in our row. I will count them just to make sure. So there we've got that leading line there in the background. Here we have a leading line in our colours, albeit different colours. Okay. There we go. So we've got those, we've got that one. Now the last two on this row, we need another one, which is two colours. But this time we are going to have our angle. You see the diagonal is going this way. I'm having the diagonal going that way. And I'm also going to have the diagonal of this one, which is a two colour one, going that way as well. So, okay, it's lighter, but it's a real contrast to my background. So right sides together, like that, and stitch down this side with one more to go. And that one is there. And for me, this is really quite different because I usually use a light colour for my backgrounds, but for the first time in ages, I'm using a dark colour for my background. And that's why when I see a lighter fabric, it makes me think, is that right? Okay, so let's just have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, Trisha, I have forgotten one. I've forgotten two, actually. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, there's 16 on my list, so that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one is wrong. That one is wrong. Okay. So, isn't it so good when you do something wrong? Now I can't find my seam ripper. Oh, I put it in my special thing. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, colour, and 5 is correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This should be the other way round. So this is what you will do if you find you've done it wrong. So let's just put that in there. And then I'm going to put my seam ripper in here because the rest of it, right, so that one is in the right order. So it's number 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a colour at the bottom. So let's do a colour at the bottom. That should be my number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 7 is like, aha. So that's where we've gone wrong. So you see how nice and easy that is? Because I can now put this one in. I thought the rest of it might be right. So I had missed one out. Like that. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 has got the colour at the top. 8 should have the colour at the top. Right, so I've done this as wrong as well. 8 should be the colour at the top. It is at the top, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's correct. 7. Colour at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Colour at the top. Okay. So let's choose another one. Let's choose one here. Colour should be at the top. 7. There is my colour. That one is wrong still. That one is wrong still. Oh dear. Oh dear. Right. What I should have done was put numbers. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I should have another one, which we'll have here, which goes at the top. 7, 8. Okay, so let's pop that one right sides together. Oh, doesn't it just... Ugh. Perhaps I've had too long a day. So number 8 is there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we want to start with colour at the bottom. So I don't want this one at all. So this was a red herring. So let's take this out because I do believe the next little bit will then be correct. So you see I've got that little red ball that's going in the seam and it opens up really quickly. Unfortunately, I've got a similar colour, but never mind, never mind. So I think that from here is right. So that's up here. One up there, one down there, one up there, one down there, double, double. Yes. So now I can put that one next to that one. And the rest of it is correct. So if you do anything like I have just done there, just check to where you're correct, unpick and put the correct one in. And really, I think what I did, I just put that one the wrong way up. So let's have a look again. Let's count our rows or our squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Correct. So we have that. See how random it is, apart from those two reds together? There we are. So that's your top row. 2 of those. I wonder if I'll get on any better with, I'll just show you this again. So you can see how many different variations, not a plain square amongst them of the background, not a plain border either. It's all either 2 colour background and 1 colour, or like these 2 colour ones. Okay, let's move on to where we've got borders, we've got plains. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So let's start the second row, and remember we need 2 of this as well. So my first one, oh, hello Pat. No, the quilt's 16 rows in total. It's 16 rows by 16 squares wide. Okay. Hope you're well, Pat. Right, it was a tool make a perfect block. It was Barbara, my Frenchy tool. Right, so this row, oh, I can't see it very well. It starts with a border and then it has a plain. So there's my plain. And then it has a single colour. So let us do, I'm going to put that one at the bottom. That was my red herring. So let's put it out of the way. There we are. Let's put it at the bottom and not use it. Let's use this one. So border, plain, and then we have a print. Flowers for Freya. So let's pop these right sides together and hope this row goes a little bit better than the previous one. Okay. Oh, we are stitching. I thought for a minute the bobbin had run out, which fortunately I did put a fill bobbin in just earlier. So again, right sides together. I'm double checking the orientation of that diagonal line before I stitch it together. I say that. Okay, there's my diagonal line. I now need another one. So here's another one. This time, my diagonal line is going in the other direction. So we'll pop that one there. And then it is also followed by a plain. So let's bring those right sides together. And stitch down here. And then we'll pop our plain one on there too. Lovely. I love it how they all fit together. So there is a bit of preparation beforehand, but then when you've got these rows, it is just a case of picking up what you need and sewing them together. So there we've got our plain. We now need a 2-colour. What 2-colour have we got? Let's have this 2-colour here. A red-green. Okay, so we've got a 2-colour, and we need the diagonal to go this way, followed by a 1-colour. Let's have this 1-colour. Oh, I'll use my random one. So plain, 2-colour, 1-colour. There is my one. So let's pop this one onto here. And although I'm sort of thinking, oh, I've got similar colours together, they are actually being spread across the quilt. So they're not actually going to come together. Although at the minute I think, oh, it's all in a row. But obviously it is right from one side of the quilt to the other. So I'm hoping that none of them will have the two fabrics right next to each other. So having had the plain, we had a 2-colour and a 1-colour. We need another 1-colour. Let's have this one. 1-colour here. Whoops. 1-colour here. So 1, 2. And we want the colour to be at the top there. Then we need another 1-colour, but this time we need it to create that point. So we've got a line and we're creating that diamond head there. So lift that one up. I do like having 2 more sat next to each other to stitch together. Otherwise I have to keep looking back at the layout, and at least we know that those 2, we're doing 2 at a time. So I think this will probably be number 8 and number 9 block. So this is the centre. So having got that side, we now need another one. So let's have this one here. And there is our there. We want the colour at the bottom going that way, followed by a 2-colour. And the 2-colour is going in that same direction as well. So right sides together, like that, and they're lining up pretty well. But as I said before, it's because we're cutting each individual one, and when we make our half square triangles, they are being trimmed, so they are the perfect size. Okay. 2. So this must be something like 9, 10, 11, something like that. So there is our 2-colour. So this is where the easy part comes, when we pick a plain square. So we're having a plain square. We'll have another one of these. We're having a colour at the top. So plain square. And I do find it's easier if you do actually lay them out the right way before you stitch it together. Well, usually, apart from in that first one. So there's my plain. There is my one with the angle colour at the top. And I think we've only got 3 more to go, and they are nice and easy. There we go. So we've got that colour at the top. I want one more with, what have we got here? Let's see if we've got a different one. We have one more here with colour on this angle, followed by a plain. And because they are symmetrical, we are then followed by a border. So let's just pop those like that. I know I've actually got 3, but I thought I may as well just do that very last one as well. So there is our number, making that point, our number 14. Here is number 15. Oh, the plain ones are so easy to see and stitch together, as are the borders So there is our plain one, and there is our border. Okay. Last one. So let's see if I have got 16. There we go. So let's move ourselves back here and see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Let's just run our way through here. And you can see those lines, and you see those points, those arrowheads, and over to our border one as well. So that is your second row, and so much easier because there was no every single one was a diagonal this way, a diagonal that way. Nice and straightforward. Okay, so comments have gone there. Was there anything you needed to know? Yes. Who's still got a Frenchy tool? I haven't come across any Frenchy tools yet, but if I do, I know there are a few of you that said you would like one. I did think to myself, I will do that technique again without the Frenchy tool, but for those of you who have got a Frenchy tool, it will be easier, but it's not a difficult technique anyway, is it? But it just makes life a lot easier with that tool. Let's have a look. Oh. So Nikki's noticed on her machine that if I use a 2-stitch length, you have to backstitch or they come apart. Oh, really? But if you use a 1.5, the next setting down, you don't need to backstitch each seam. You shouldn't have to really, Nikki, but 1.5 is fine. It just makes your patchwork look so much better and holds together so much better. So I would just carry on using the 1.5. The 2, you shouldn't really need to backstitch, but if that's how the machine works, all the settings might be millimetres or nanomillimetres out, so that's probably why. Number 6 says Barbara. I didn't see what the question was for that. Elena, to tick them off on the diagram as you're doing them or get it wrong too. Yes, that's what I thought. What I should actually have done was numbered above 1 to 16, and then I'd know a little bit better. I was just looking at the chart, and because there's so many diagonals going in different ways and 2 colour and 1 colour, that's what I was just... I was panicking, I suppose, and not looking properly. And Gita numbers them on the PDF. A great idea. I should have done it myself. But never mind. Some of you have a brain that I don't. Number 6, I think it is. We are week 5. No, we're week 4. We're week 4. Next week is week 5. But it was only so week 1 was doing the basics of doing the half square triangles in 2 different ways. Week 6 is making up, and it's the 4 weeks in between, as in 2, 3, 4, 5, so next week included, where we're making, that's 4 weeks where we're making 4 rows each week to make the 16 up that we need. Barbara's in the middle of a chain reaction. I won't start singing, but I love that song. Hubster thinks you're going mad. Martin knows I've gone mad. I did get there in the end, Pat. I did. And Barbara's going to laminate so you can mark as you go. Yes, what a great idea. That's what you need to have in your stash, plain colours. Well, I tell you what you could have, Susan. I don't... And I've had a few, but I don't have a load. This is one of the very few plain, I call them flat colours, because more often than not, I've had blenders. So they are a colour, but they've got more to them because they've got either a bit of texture, like the thatched collection I have, or cottage cloth rather, by Renee Nanneman, and I've got the Stoff that is also a plain, but it's got texture to it. And then I've just had, I can pick one of them up for you. like this one. These are my latest blender fairy rings. So they're plain, but they're not. So from a distance, that is blue, okay? But close up, it's got little rings, little fairy rings. So there is a whole range of those on the website, which I'm sure would look absolutely lovely. And there's lots of colours. There are 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 20, I think there's 24. So it was the block I needed to change. Oh, thank you, Janet. Is this row 5 and 6? Yes, it is. Yeah, because we're on the 3rd week of the rows. So we have done the first 2, 1 and 2. And then last week was 3 and 4. This is 5 and 6. But they're not those numbers when we put the quilt together. So row 5 won't be 5th down from the top, because I muddled them all up so you don't know what is going next to each other. It was the block I needed to change, Barbara, and I eventually worked that out. Okay, so Juliet thinks that's a great idea. Nikki, you write all over your sheets in a erasable pen and iron it when I'm finished with it. Very good, very good. Actually, with the erasable pens, you should be able to rub. Let's see, yeah. If you write on paper, that's an eraser there for rubbing them out. I don't know if I've got a bit of paper. I've got a bit of paper. I have got this bit of paper here. Let's just see if it works. I've never used that. Oh, it does. Let me just show you. So, if you use the pen on fabric and use a hot iron, a friction pen, it will go away. It will erase it. However, I'm just going to turn you down here. So here's my paper. If you use the pen, just there, okay, at the end there is an eraser. And so for writing on paper, this eraser rubs it out. There we are, gone. So I don't know if you knew that, but if you use it with paper, because this is what it was made for, erase it with the rubber at the end, or use the pen on fabric and the heat will rub it out. How about that? So that's all done for another week. So what I will do is bid you a fond farewell. I will say, do have a good evening. Warm yourself up with either a hot toddy or a lap quilt around your legs and your body. Enjoy your evening and the weekend, and let's hope that it does warm up just a little bit, or otherwise stick the heating on because we can't be cold. So take care of yourselves, and I'll be with you next week for another fun-filled week. Bye for now.